And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Idea PC, joined here once again by Rude Dude One here for this Upsurge Junior League Losers Round 2 bracket matchup between Omega Gaming Banditos and Oasis Captains here. Rude Dude, welcome to the desk, and I'm excited for some UJL playoffs.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining me this evening, Idea, and I too am excited for these UJL playoffs here. We got the Omega Bandito boys here on their redemption arc through the lower bracket now, having unfortunately fallen last week 2-0 to a first seed out of their group, but this week going to be coming back, trying to look strong, trying to perform and show that they are worthy of a spot in our finals at the UJL stage.
They will indeed here. And as these teams get ready to launch it up here into Pro Draft, it looks like we've actually already started up here. So kicking that on over here. Omega Gaming Banditos. Gonna go ahead and ban out 200 years there, the Orn as well, and the Lulu. So putting some targeted bans here towards a late game type scaling composition that Oasis captains may want to draft for themselves. And alternatively, on the other side here, the Volibear, Darius, and Morgana getting banned away. So some of those champions there, a lot of pick potential being banned away from the side of Oasis captains. But the Echo going to be picked up for the first pick here for Banditos, can be flexed towards the mid or the jungle, and the Ashe here for Oasis captains.
Yeah, the Ashe getting locked in with Ezreal and Varus on the table is sort of significant, sort of a rise of power from Ashe. She's not received any buffs in particular, but teams really favouring her in this sort of utility-esque AD carry style. You know, you got Varus who's got the Chain of Corruption, and Ashe with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow provides similar sort of role in the early game, at least when trying to find picks, and that in combination with the Thresh, they do have a lot of power to pick the members of Banditos out should they find the opportunity to. The first pick Echo is something that we've not really seen too often, but picking it up, I was going to say would signify a flex, but as soon as they lock in the Olaf, it pretty much shows that the Echo's going mid lane. Maybe it's a contested pick between the two teams here, but with the Olaf being locked in as well, we pretty much know that Echo's going to go mid with Jungle Olaf and a Nautilus in the support role here for the Banditos.
Shall indeed here. Yet to pick that AD carry. I'm expecting some more AD carry bans here from the side of Oasis captains to be able to target that bottom lane here from Omega Gaming Banditos. But third and final pick here will be the set, possibly as it's hovered. Yes, and then locked in now for Oasis captain. So picking that set up there can be flexed towards the top and jungle role. I think it's a fantastic pick for this squad. They do have the Ashe as well, which really helps to set up for the set to be able to get that showstopper, to be able to pull members out of position. So good synergy coming in here from the draft of Oasis captains so far. And the Vladimir getting banned away. They will not see a top or mid Vladimir here in this game. So that's going to be gone off the table. Another one of those late game scaling options removed here. And, just take a look at these compositions here. I'm expecting maybe something like the Karma could be played as well towards the top side of the map to be able to kind of level up this Olaf. Has been something that we have seen just throughout amateur and professional play for a while now. But the ban's now coming on through. Another top lane ban, the Jax, getting picked away out of the hands of Omega Gaming Banditos will be the fifth and final ban here for Oasis captains. And their response is the mid lane Syndra ban here. So they're trying to get rid of some of those control mages, trying to reduce the options here. They know that the set can be flexed. So I think putting those bans towards mid is probably a good idea.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you've got to think about what you don't particularly know, and they know at the minute is that they haven't picked a mid laner, Oasis captains that is. They haven't picked themselves a mid laner, so banning out the mid lane pool is something that's safe. If they take a stab at banning out junglers or banning out top laners, then Oasis captains are quite happy just to flex that set into the role that they're banning out, making those bans pretty much voided and essentially not the greatest use 100% effectiveness that you want to go for. But I'm quite surprised by the Oasis captain's bans on this red side on the second ban phase though, because as you mentioned, Idea, they haven't banned away any of the ADCs, which they could have done. You know, there was a discrepancy in picks between the two sides, with Omega Gaming having banned away the or having not picked up the AD carry for themselves, and with the Ashe on Oasis captains, there was definitely room for the captains to pinch that AD carry pool, get rid of Varus, maybe get rid of Ezreal in case they wanted to, but
Absolutely.
targeting the top lane instead. And a Kayn going to come through for Oasis captains.
Yeah, and there we see it. Alawi getting picked up in the top lane here. We will see this pick for, well, no, actually, sorry. We are getting an update here from the in-game client, and it does appear that Alawi is actually supposed to be a misfortune pick. So we are not seeing the Ezreal. We are not seeing the Varus here, and we're not seeing Alawi. It is misfortune there in the bottom lane, paired up with this Nautilus, looking to put some hurting down on this Ashe Thresh combo in the bot lane here with the depth charge and bullet time going to come over the top. With that being said, there, Malphite going to be locked in as the top lane pick here, presumably for Omega Gaming Banditos. They are going to go for that wombo combo type engage here with the Malphite, with the Nautilus, and try and get some big damage off of an MF bullet time. At least that's how I'm perceiving this fight to kind of pan itself out. Last pick now going to Oasis captains. What will they choose to play into the Malphite here? Will it be the set or there it is. All right. Victor picked up here. So we do have the set going up towards the top side of the map. I do apologize. We did have the Kane there on screen. Kane there in the jungle and Victor in the mid lane here. So picking up that nice control mage type mid laner here should prove to be a little bit difficult for Echo to deal with early on. But overall, once that Echo is able to hit level 6, once he's able to get the chrono break, to be able to go back in time and save himself some health, he should be able to have some greater dive potential onto the victory here.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, with any Echo lane, it is that early laning phase trying to break yourself through that is the difficult part. As soon as you get past that level 6 mark, you pretty much have a safety net with your ultimate chrono break taking you to safety at any given moment that you need it to. And an interesting sort of draft coming out from Omega. We talked about it a little bit with the fact that they do just want to team fight, get into a 5 versus 5 scenario, and essentially just press R. They're going to be looking to maybe line up some parallel convergences as well on top of the Malphite Nautilus combo that they've got. And for the side of Oasis captains here, they'd be quite happy, I feel, to send a set to the side lane, maybe even send Victor to match the Echo. We've got actually thinking about it with Echo being drafted for Omega Gaming, the potential for a 1-4, and if Oasis captains try and play safe mid while they send maybe 2 people to answer this Echo, it's really easy for the Omega Gaming boys to engage onto the 3 members that would be left in the defending lane of the siege, for example. So we're going to have to wait and see whether or not the disengage is going to be there for Oasis captains, be looking to see whether or not this Thresh pick is able to get a nice lantern onto the Ashe, because really this Ashe is going to be having to position incredibly well if they don't want to fall to all of the dive potential that Omega Gaming have got. Malphite Olaf on top of a Ashe with no mobility in her kit. It's going to be really difficult for her to be able to deal out the damage that she needs to keep these team fights going in Oasis Captain's favour. But we'll have to see how the game plays out here, as we are just finishing up the draft in the in-game client.
Getting everything sorted out here indeed. And gaming Omega Gaming Banditos here. I'm really going to be interested to see how this wombo combo kind of works itself out here. If you're able to get the drop on the Kane before he's able to go into the Umbral Trespass, he could get burst down very, very quickly and taken out. So that is definitely a possibility here. Obviously, Olaf is going to be great into the victory as well. So just getting to see how some of these picks are going to interact with each other is going to be kind of interesting here. The Olaf should have a pretty easy time, with the early game here. Obviously, the Kane will not have his transform until a little bit into the game. And just with that being said, I mean, the Olaf has such a strong clear in the early game that I'm really expecting him to get ahead, and I want to see them push this early game jungler to their advantage.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to touch on it, but you've brought it up perfectly. The fact that Olaf versus Kane is going to be so one-sided in the early stages of the match. We do need to see Slacking really push himself or push the limits of the Olaf, make it so that he can establish an early game lead for Omega Gaming here, and so that they can snowball that, especially because if we look holistically at the comps, late game, I favour Ashe over a Misfortune, typically favour probably, Victor and Echo go even in a side lane, but when we talk about Kane versus Olaf in the late stages of the game, it's really no competition when you've got a red Kane that is able to dive in on the back and target Civil as easily as he'll be able to.
Absolutely, indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, with the in-game client draft here wrapping itself up, we're going to be wrapping it up and headed out onto Summoner's Rift after a short intermission, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm the Idea PC for the play-by-play casting, joined by Rude Dude there on color and production. We will see you on the flip side of this intermission, and we will get this game started out on Summoner's Rift. I missed it. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Idea PC, joined by Rude Dude One here on the casting desk for this Upsurge Junior League matchup between Oasis Captains and Omega Gaming Banditos. Ladies and gents, we are here in the losers bracket of the UJL playoffs, and we are here to see if Omega Gaming Banditos are able to rock their way to the next round here after having a difficult game in the winners bracket against one of the number one seeds, and favorites to take it all the way.
Yeah, exactly. So, not really. They can't really be too disappointed that they've found themselves in the lower bracket, but they are obviously going to be a little bit disappointed, and they're going to be looking here to see if they can run it back, get themselves up in the lower finals, and then work their way all the way back into the grand final stage, and ultimately become the victors of the UJL series. Really, that's the goal for every team here. It's the goal for Oasis Captains as well. And immediately, looking at how these junglers are setting up, just want to touch a little bit on Zohair here. He's actually opting for a Wolves start on the Kane, and we see the blue pings coming out from the side of Banditos, thinking that he's maybe going to start on the top side, Might be looking for the Raptors, which is something that we typically see a Kane start with. But he's, in fact, maybe played a few little mind games here with his early pathing. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yep, opting there for the Wolves here. Going to pick those up here. We'll be able to hit level 2 off the Gromp Wolves start. Kane obviously does have some great clear when it comes to those multi-monster camps. So looking to get those early levels in, and makes it a lot easier for him to be able to take that third camp. Civil and A-Hop, they're going to take a bit of poke here from the Ashe, just due to the frost shot that she's got there. It does make it kind of difficult for you to be able to back up and not take a whole lot of damage if you're not willing to engage there. And obviously, if you do decide to turn in and engage, Thresh is always there with the hook ready and available. They're going to hit the early level 2 here. But as we see, Omega Gaming Bandito is going to play it nice and safe there. Going to be back under their turret. They don't want to get caught out here too early. But overall, looking at this combination in the mid lane, the Cool Crab there, finding himself a little disadvantaged when it comes to the CS department here early, which is exactly kind of how we expect that matchup to turn out.
Yeah, it really is. We talked early on about the fact that Echo wants to get to that level 6 mark before he's really a threat in the lane, and we've got Arc here on this Victor showing that he wants to pressure Cool Crab before he's able to get there. Got a little CS lead early on, got the HP advantage as well. He's got a little bit of a tough time though, going to have to try and burn through 2 more stacks of the Corrupting Potion from Cool Crab, so still a lot of damage to go down before anything happens, and Blood King and Polar Bear up here.
And we've got a little bit of damage coming down here. Blood King gonna have to be forced to flash away here. Haymaker coming down. They do not have the damage to be able to follow it up under the turret there, but that's a little bit unfortunate here for Blood King. Gonna take a lot of damage for his time there up towards the top side of the map. Good gank here coming out from the Kane, looking to get some of those early red orbs to be able to get himself that red Kane form that he ever so craves for the late game. So good pathing here and good initiative from the Kane. Does have to be careful though. There is an angle here up towards the top side. He can just come back here for the repeat gank. It looks like that is what we are going to see here. Kane now coming through with the shift through the wall. Nice facebreaker there coming out from Polar Bear Minion. Blood King gonna get slowed down. That's the damage that they've got here. Haymaker coming down. That's first blood here for Polar Bear Minion. And that's gonna be Oasis Captains picking themselves up the first kill of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Really nice pathing from Zohair here. Gets himself the first blood onto his top laner. We talked about the fact that Olaf should have the run of the jungle early on, but if you've got a creative pathing and creative gank route like you can do with Kane, then there's no reason for you to not be able to go for those kills up on the top side. It was unfortunate as well for Blood King because he put a ward down as well, preempting that he might get ganked early, but the pathing that Zohair took actually was blinded by the ward, so it was not spotted out by the ward because he went into the topside blue jungle and then ended up going through that to through the big wall next to the turret, and it wasn't spotted out by the ward, and repeating that twice, got the flash the first time, gets the kill the second time. Really well played early on.
Yeah, Ash down there on the bottom side of the map with the hawk shot, able to spot out the Olaf. But, ooh, that could be an unfortunate stun here for the Cool Crab. Still has his flash available, is going to burn it out here. Damage coming in. Do they have the slows? Kane going to follow up here. Zohair looking for something, trying to find the damage. Does he have it? Yes, he does. That is another kill. And going on over here for the side of Oasis captains. Zohair able to get the better of the map state here early on. Blood King going to take a little bit of damage up towards the top side of the map, but overall here is Zohair pathing effectively for those orbs. He's going to have a really, really good time here as this game continues to go on.
Yeah, already got off essentially 3 successful ganks, 3 successful collections of those orbs. Going to be working his way toward Rost a lot faster than, you know, the standard power farming Kane route that you'd expect to see. And on these ganks that he's got off, we really need to see some effectiveness come out, and this is what I want to see from Polar Bear Minion up here, trying to push the power that he got from that gank. He's actually not even based yet, so currently sitting on a quite sizable chunk of gold, you know, 1700 gold in his pocket. Actually isn't going to be able to push the advantage too much here. Has a level lead, but is significantly low on HP, but with Blood King low on mana, Polar Bear feels safe, comfortable enough to stay in this lane to duke it out, and then as I say that, of course, walks his way back and then walks his way back in as I try and profit him for that. But gathering on the bot side here from Banditos now.
Yep, getting ready for this Infernal Dragon here. Will be the first dragon of the game here. Priority going to go on over to the side of Omega Gaming Banditos here. They've got almost complete vision control in this jungle here, save for a lonely control or a lonely ward that was covered up there by the ward by Victor will now expire, but still not going to provide any vision. Very, very dark for them, kind of scary. You see Victor there, able to get the ward up and over the wall. They know that Olaf is downtown here. They just do not have the priority in their lanes to really be able to push and contest here. You know, despite the early ganking, you know, effectiveness of this Kane, Olaf still is matching him pretty much item for item here, save for boots. So overall, the power difference between those two junglers still does lean in the favor of Olaf. They're going to be able to pick themselves up that early Infernal Dragon, which will feel real good as this game continues to go on against this late game scaling composition drafted by Oasis captains.
Yeah, you know, the early, excuse me, early Infernal Drake really does lend itself to the scaling because it's a percentage of adaptive stats. The more AD that you get, the more AP you get, the more that Infernal Drake is going to benefit you. So quite a decent little one Drake buff to get. Obviously, you would like a few more to get that increased damage throughout the game, but we'll have to wait and see which soul we end up getting. There's going to be a toss-up between the Cloud or the Mountain, with the Ocean Drake spawning next. And now, looking just quickly at this bot side of the map, we've got Civil and Ahop pushing actually into the turret now. With Kane on the top side, they are quite free to try and step up and maybe try and get some plates back now. Little CS lead opening up for Civil, and the early power of the Misfortune really showing in this lane, because Misfortune should be able to go in a advantageous trades versus the Ashe. With Ahop as well, Nautilus, a really powerful early on trader, so got a little pressure point in the bot side for Banditos here.
Absolutely, and you know, when you consider about how the Misfortune and the Ashe want to play the lanes, right? Ashe wants to be able to find targets kind of out of position outside of the waves, but hold on, Kane coming up here for the top side for a gank there, nice. Oh, there it is, okay. The Unstoppable Force going to be thrown out there from Blood King, going to get himself away, not willing to burn the flash, and I do not blame him there. Priority's going to go up towards the set here, as they do have priority in the mid wave. Kane's going to start up this Rift Herald, which should be an easy Rift here for the side of Oasis captains. But, you know, more on the lane matchup, maybe, if Olaf doesn't get invaded and killed. Nope, you'll be fine. Anyway, so talking about the Misfortune of the Ashe, like I wanted to, Rude Dude. You know, yeah, Misfortune, she likes to just be able to kind of stay in her wave there and kind of utilize the minions, right, and manipulate them to be able to get those Q procs for the big boy damage off of it, right? Which kind of lends itself in her favor, especially as this game is early, because Misfortune can really just afford to stay behind the wave. But now a nice depth charge there, going to land onto Itchy Rat, but the teleport now coming in here from Victor. Do they have the damage here? Flash is coming out from Ahop and Silver here to be able to avoid the icy arrow coming down and giving them that stun. No loss of life, despite all of the spells and ultimates used here in the bot lane. Everyone's going to get out. Everyone's going to be safe there. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, really nice actually. Double flash from Civil and Ahop down here. Typically, you'll see one of the members in that particular scenario get baited out by the fact that they think that the person in front of them is going to tank the arrow. Nice for them both to actually use their flash and not end up in that awkward situation where one person flashes out of the way and leaving you stunned, fading or to get fed to Oasis captains. And they do obviously burn the TP from Arc there, so that is going to create a little window in about a minute and a half or so, where Coolcrab has his teleport and Arc doesn't. So little TP advantage on the from the mid lane will come out soon. We'll have to see if the guys on the Banditos squad can maybe try and flip the lanes, because the TP advantage in the mid lane isn't as impactful as it would be if you could move the Echo into a side lane so that you can get more agency around the map. But slacking is mid here.
Yep, looking for it now. Has the axes to land the slows, the damage. Will it be enough? No, it will not. He's going to pop the Ragnarok, but the damage follow-up here from Victor is disgusting. Tower shot going to help him out as well. Slack King going to have to back off of that one there. Nice attempt at the gank there. Able to get the flash out of Arc. So, successful gank. Not too much expended there. Ragnarok has a pretty low cooldown. He should be able to have that available to him as well. And his sustain in the jungle will keep him just fine. So all told, decent gank there. Not able to net a kill, but sometimes you don't have to.
No, exactly. Just the gank to get the pressure down is enough sometimes. Arc going to be without the flash, without the ultimate, when Coolcrab still has both of those cooldowns for himself. Might be able to look for a solo kill, maybe able to look for some advantages in the mid lane. We've got Ocean Drake spawning in about 30 seconds here, and we'll have to see whether or not they can exploit the flashless Victor, but a flash here bot.
Yep, coming in, nice. Ash arrow gonna land there onto Ahop. That's gonna be one dead Nautilus here. The bolt time gonna come out, but Zohair just able to dash away there. Teleport now coming in from Blood King. The unstoppable force there gonna find its way onto Dumb Chemist. Will he go down? Flash is coming out, and that's gonna be one save support up and over the wall there. Nice pick here from the Oasis captain squad, but I wanted to say, right, with the support they're going down, he's back up now, right? Respawn timers aren't that long here at 12 minutes, but the Victor was able to get priority there because he was actually forced out, which means he was able to go back and spend his ult a little bit earlier here. The teleport now coming in from rear minion means they have the advantage here. Red team going to steal away the Ocean Dragon. The Zohair is on point here today. Able to get the kills, able to get the damage down. Coolcrab going to pick him off, though, now. All for all, a 2-for-1 trade so far. Will the volley find its way? No, it will not. Blood King going to get away here. Dumb Chemist, though, finds himself face-to-face here with the Echo. Damage coming in. Electrocute proc, not quite enough. Ahop, though, looking for the slows, looking for the damage. Does he have it here? Dredgeline going to find its way. Coolcrab dashing on forward, finds the damage here, and they're going to be able to pick themselves up the set, but not before he trades one back. Maybe I'm wrong here, ladies and gentlemen. That health regen is insane. The Coolcrab now having to run for his life, but the damage is here. Set is ready to play, and he is on a killing spree, ladies and gents. 3-0.
Yeah, Coolcrab, unfortunately, they're getting a little bit too aggressive with his placing of the parallel convergence, thinking that maybe he could get Ichirat as well, maybe try and trade, kind of overestimating the damage that he and Ahop had through the parallel convergence down way far away from where the set was, meaning that he was able to just stand and fight his ground. And with that W coming through, the massive percentage health shield came through, and they weren't able to burn him through it. You talked about the health regen. He was sat at about 100 HP at one point, and with Conqueror healing as well as that health regen built in, they weren't able to cut him down fast enough, unfortunately. And the fact that it looks like it was going Banditos' way definitely ends up going the way of Oasis captains, as they also stole that Drake, remember.
Yep, feels pretty bad there to be Omega Gaming Banditos here right now. Earth Herald going to get summoned on down towards the bottom side of the map here. Gold going to be going on over. Rack themselves up some turret plates here before the timer expires. So good utilization of the Herald there. They know they're not going to be able to contest for first turret just quite yet, but they use it to its maximum effectiveness for the given circumstances there. So good shot calling, a good knowledge and awareness here from the side of Oasis captains. Blue buff going to go on over to Arc here in the mid wave. Going to give himself a little more sustain as far as mana goes to be able to blast out those spells. Hopefully try and deny Coolcrab the comfort and luxury of being able to just step up and free farm his wave. And up towards the top side now, Malphite going to be forced to recall here. You know, what I was kind of surprised and what I wanted to talk about earlier was for most of this game, Kane had a CS advantage, still, you know, only behind by about 7 CS here as we have a little bit of trading going back and forth here top side. Ooh, man, you got to give some respect here to Polar Bear Minion. Nice face breaker there into Haymaker. Almost knocks Blood King down. Has to use the unstoppable force to be able to get himself up to safety. But overall here, just looking at the state of these lanes, I mean, we have seen Set all over the map. Malphite trying to respond in like, but unfortunately, he's just gotten the better of the matchup here towards the top side of the map, which is resulting in now what is almost a 52 CS advantage here for the Set at 15 minutes, which is absolutely monumental when you consider the fact that he also has the 3 kills.
Yeah, exactly. You know, just toggle the goal graph for you a second, and you know, with that 50 CS lead, the 3 kills as well, he's actually sat 2k ahead of the Malphite, which is half of their gold lead here for the Oasis captain. So a lot of pressure on this set to see if he can continue to snowball his advantage. And I'm thinking about how this game is going to continue to play out, and slacking, unfortunately, on this Olaf really isn't going to be able to have too much more of an impact. He's probably got about 5 or 10 minutes or so left of being a champion before he just ends up getting melted by the side of Oasis captain. So if something doesn't happen really soon here for Banditos that is favourable for them, I'd like to say that I favour Oasis captains in their comp to just be able to stall out and take the game home with the superior late game team that they do have. There's obviously always an avenue for Banditos to get back into the game because they have that really strong team fight that we mentioned. If they do get that classic Wombo combo with the Malphite, with the Misfortune Nautilus combo, there's always going to be a world where Banditos can take a team fight. But so far we've seen Oasis captains deny that luxury for them, and they've not managed to find the combination just yet. Obviously early game you don't see 5v5s as often, but maybe if they get later into the game we'll see it go their way.
Yeah, the possibility is always there, you know. We have 4 teleports this game, you know, and I've seen some 10-man Clown Fiestas in the bot lane before, but I don't think we're going to get any of those here. Laning phase is pretty much over at this point, but overall here, Slaking going to look for something down here towards the bottom side of the map here. Nice arrow coming out, will find a hop, but he's going to go golden here to deny some of the damage follow-up there. Thresh with a beautiful stopwatch, but it's not going to be enough there. The Ignite will tick and burn down here from A-Hop to secure this kill, but now Zohair is here. He's ready to play. He's got the Umbral Trespass available. Is the damage going to come through? Cool Crab here going to find himself in some trouble. No ultimate available to be get himself to safety here. Ark going to pick himself up the kill off the back of the rest of his team here. Might be looking for another one here. There it is, ladies and gents. Double kill here for Ark on the Victor. Absolutely dominating this game. Civil, he's going to find himself in between these 2 towers. I don't think he's got too much hope here. Umbral Trespass still available. Going to get called out, and you dunk him down. That's the kill for Zohair. Unstoppable Force not going to find its mark either. They could go for the dive once more. This tower is not healthy in any way whatsoever. Slows the damage coming in. Blood King having to flash himself out. Do they have it here? Can they get the kill? No, they will not. Kind of a devastating turn of events here for Omega Gaming Banditos in the bot lane.
Yeah, that was the fight that they really needed to go their way. That was what needed to be favourable for them to enable them to get themselves back in this game, and unfortunately it goes entirely the wrong direction. Oasis captains here capitalising on their advantages, rotating down Zohair, rotating down Ark as well. You know, the 2 really strong members that aren't in the top lane come down to support the bot lane, who by no means have had a bad game, but they just haven't had the kills funneled into them just yet. So, you know, using their strong members to support the members that haven't quite had the gold injection just yet. And with that, they do get themselves what is going to be a first of potentially 3 Cloud Souls here for either side, Cloud Drakes rather. And then along with that, a nice turret in the bot lane and a couple of kills to boot. Unfortunately, not able to convert entirely onto Blood King, but getting 4 other members, you will be more than happy with that as well. Gonna look to see them now focusing on sieging this mid lane turret. It's the only tier 1 that's left standing for them, so have to see them break it and really open up the map for the Oasis captains. They, if they get this mid tier 1, that enables them to get so much more vision deeper within the side of the Banditos jungle. And now Dumb Chemist here might be a little bit caught. Slacking is going to let him walk away over the blast cone though.
Yeah, damage coming through, but can you imagine a game with 3 Cloud Souls?
3 Cloud Souls.
Imagine 3 Cloud Souls, right? And if it was a stacking buff, right? Olaf presses R, and he sprints from his nexus all the way to the enemy's nexus in probably like 30 seconds. Gonna be real quick here. Damage, though, gonna come down. Cool Crab gonna go into the Chrono Shift here, trying to get himself away from Polar Bear Minion, but the damage, do they have it? Olaf here, though, popping the Ragnarok. They're just gonna back off here and give themselves the respect. A-Hop, though, gonna get slowed down. The arrow not gonna quite land. Dredgeline trying to get himself away, but a nice bullet time here from MF. Gonna find the damage down, but it's just not quite enough. Slacking trying to save his AoE carry, but the Humble Trespass will find the kills. That could be a double now. Coming eyed on up, and Zohair is on a killing spree. No one can stop this Kayn here in the early game. 20 minutes in, and that is a 5-1-5 Kayn here. 300 gold bounty to his head, and he is running through this OGB squad.
Yep, he found those early ganks. Now finding even more success in the late game when he's actually a champion. Zohair on this Rost. Kayn here going to be really stomping the Banditos at the minute. Olaf 0-3-2, never the desired scoreline that you want for such an early impact jungler. And with Baron up on the table, I'm surprised to see that I was surprised when they didn't all turn for it, but you know, maybe that would have been a little bit too much to bite off so early on into the game. When they've got a 10,000, or sorry, 9,000 gold leader though, rather, I still feel like they could go for it. We saw a little highlight there of what the Banditos comp can do if it's able to find the pick, but Zohair's going to catch Civil.
This is just unfortunate here. He's just going to be able to find the kill. No questions or contest asked here. Unfortunately, Misfortune stepping up into the jungle that they just quite frankly do not own. I mean, they do not have any of their tier 1 towers available to them. At this point in time, you should just expect that the Oasis Captain's members are either in your jungle or that they've already taken your camps. And going to ward alone as the AD carry, not the most effective utilization of your time. So, Civil there going to pay for it with his life. Now 0-4-1, unfortunately, on this Misfortune. He's been CSing fairly well this game. I mean, you take a look at it, right? 22 minutes into the game, he's sitting there with almost 180 farm at the moment. But it does kind of pale in comparison to the stack of CS and bounties here that we are seeing on the side of Oasis Captains.
Yep, you're exactly right. These Oasis Captains members, all of them have significant gold gaps over their respective laners. 1,500 gold at the minimum, and if we take a look at the jungle matchup, nearing 3,500 gold advantage for the Kayn. So definitely some large discrepancies going on so far, and props to the carries as well of Oasis Captains, actually going flawless so far this game. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not they can continue that streak. Now actually sitting almost 10k in the lead. We're going to have to wait and see though, because we've got Blood King now grouping up with the team, and whenever he's tried to use a Malphite ultimate to try and get in, it feels like it's always been flashed away, and Itchy Rat has flash, Arc has flash as well, even Zohair on the Kayn. It feels like if this Malphite ulti is too telegraphed, it might be whiffed.
They need the damage here. Dumb Chemist gonna find the lasso and the hook. Death Sentence onto A-Hop there, but not enough follow-up there. Zohair gonna back off. Both these teams just vying for some control over the river here. Victor still in the base here. If they're looking for a fight, they have to take it right now. A-Hop gonna play aggressively here. They're just gonna clear the vision out here. They're not gonna press the go buttons, and this Victor is on his way. Level 15, highest level in the game right now. Very, very, very strong. Can be a threat here, and there it is. Now coming in, Zohair with the flank, and Polar Bear Minion with the showstopper. Going to find himself into multiple members here. Haymaker not going to quite come down yet. There it is, coming down, putting down the damage here. Kayn picks himself up a double. So does the Victor, and that is a one-team fight. And ace here for Oasis Captains. They're going to be able to pick themselves up the Cloud Dragon here, put themselves on Soul Point, and they're going to march their way right on over to the Baron.
Yeah, they're just leaving Zohair there to take the Drake on his own, and they're more than comfortable to take this Baron. 5 members dead for the Banditos. It's really, I think
we have a surrender.
Yep.
There it is, ladies and gents. Coming on out here in game number 1, the surrender from Omega Gaming Banditos, and you can't really blame them here. A larger than 10k gold lead. The Baron going on over the way at 24 minutes here to the side of Oasis Captains. Just extremely one-sided game. Again, no deaths here on the Ashe, on the Victor, or the set.
Yeah, really strong performance from Zohair in particular. That game from the Oasis captains. Can't really fault anything that he went for. Really got 2 early ganks off as a Kane as well. Something that you don't often see, but was really a pivotal point that got the game rolling. Polar Bear minion never looked as though he was in any danger on the top side with the Malphite there. Was just unable to get anything going. His fortune never really reached 2 items, in fact, and they were able to weather the early game storm that Banditos wanted to put down, and ultimately, with the superior late game team comp, you can't really blame the Banditos for wanting to get on and move into game number 2.
Absolutely not, indeed. And with the fight and honestly the game, they're going the way of Oasis captains. Now it just becomes a really kind of an obstacle here for Omega Gaming Banditos, right? They've got to be able to manage their mental. They've got to be able to manage the kind of emotions that can arise and the kind of quietness, the silence in the chat that can kind of arise from a devastating loss in game one in this best of 3 series. They've got to put themselves together and get themselves in the right mindset to take themselves game number 2.
Yeah, they really do. And remember that this is the losers bracket right now. So one more loss here for the Banditos just does signify the end of their run entirely in this playoff. So really everything to fight for in this game number 2, though.
It is absolutely indeed. And we still need our link here. I believe that is our spectator link, quite possibly. I do believe that it is. Yes, it is. All right, ladies and gents, we'll be getting ready here for our draft here just shortly. But, taking a look at all of that, right, and taking a look at the kind of significance here of this game for the UJL playoffs, you're completely right. One more loss here does put Omega Gaming Banditos out of the running for this matchup, for this title in the UJL. So they're going to have to put something special together here to be able to get themselves out on top.